I'm just still setting up, and I'm gonna wait for people to kind of get on, because most of what we're gonna be doing today, Darn Boots, is we are going to be. It's gonna be less focused on me talking to you and me listening to you guys, and as kind of having the kind of discussion we had talked about some time ago. So Okay, so 5:30 p.m. here, 17:30. See, that would translate to about 11 local time, East Coast, 10 Central, and I think like 5:30 Hawaii time. So the simple reality here is that I know the times are going to be weird, and I completely get it if some of our fellow Darn Boots were actually up all night partying, enjoying, celebrating. Totally okay with that. 100%. I definitely support celebrating anytime that you can. Um, so if you guys, if I chose a bad time for this, I will own up to that, which I probably did. Uh, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wait for about 5, maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started either way. And once we get started, then if anybody shows up, hey, great. If not, that's okay too. I do realize that you guys have things that you probably need to get done. So, and that's okay. Uh, and the other thing that I'm going to do is because I know that a lot of you guys probably don't um, have your lists all ready to go. I do have my list, at least for the 108 ways that we fail ourselves. And I will go through and write in some of the ones that I think some of the opposites, right? So some of the things that we should be, um, some of the ways that we can succeed in this coming year, and I think that's probably an important thing. So what I'm going to do is I'll go through and I'll read through them, and kind of where I have one on hand, I will go ahead and read through it, and we will we'll go through that list. But do feel free, as always, to kind of like chime in, post comments, even if it's not while we're live, right? Post comments. If you have one that you think would fit, just put what it is, and then put whatever you think the kind of like the opposite would be. So instead of the ways that we fail ourselves, if you have one that you think this is a way that we do the opposite, a way that we succeed, let me know. And then we'll go from there. And also for next week, we are shifting the time. It is the live in-person service is going to be Thursdays at 1700. Pending any changes that I have to make to that. That's kind of going to be the expectation, though, is that that's going to be our new service time for the in-person services. For the live services as well, I think we'll keep I'm debating whether or not we keep those. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have a theme or a topic for next week's service, by all means, let me know. We'll go through that too. But in the meantime, I'm just waiting for people to show up. So if anybody wants to show up, we will be able to welcome you guys and see you guys into the new year. And then after a couple more minutes, we will go ahead and get started. So. And as always, don't feel like if you're going to comment, don't feel like you have to comment while we're live. You can definitely comment anytime. So if you're seeing this video a little bit later, that's okay. That's completely okay. I do still check regularly, and I do still get those comments coming in on various platforms. So on the different platforms that we use. So that's, by all means, feel free to post something now, later, whenever. It's all good. So. Okay. Well, I think we've probably waited long enough, and I do apologize that I probably chose a less than ideal time. I was trying to I was trying to sit here and think like when would most people be awake after New Year's, and this was kind of the time that I settled on. So I'm sorry that I chose a time that probably doesn't look like the best time for you guys. So we'll keep that in mind for next year when we do this. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with a little bit of chanting, and then we'll move. We'll do a little bit of meditation, and then we'll move right into the 108. So. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi bhutam saranam gacchami, dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami, tatiyampi bhutam saranam gacchami, tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Adipata brahmani skaparam samadhyami. Adinana brahmani skaparam samadhyami. Sumi shashana brahmani skaparam samadhyami. Sami Dhammasavana brahmani skaparam samadhyami. Suramiraya manja dhammadapana brahmani skaparam samadhyami. I completely spazzed out my timepiece. So we are going to meditate for as long as I see fit, which will probably be, actually, I have no idea how long it'll be. I assume it'll probably be like somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, but I really don't know. So we're just gonna meditate until the bell rings. Sound good? And for those of you who are watching this after the live portion is over, by all means, feel free to just stop the video right here, come back um, whenever you see fit to do so after doing whatever meditation you choose to do. So. Yes, it was probably just a little on the short side, but that's okay. We are doing things a little bit different today, and that's okay. So what we're going to start off with is I'm going to go through. I'm going to be reading each of the 108, and we will be kind of addressing whichever ones we can. And as soon as I get done, as soon as I get done with the service, I will be posting on both platforms the full list. That way, you guys can by all means feel free to take the list and say, okay, well, if these are the things that, depending on the translation, defile us, or the ways that we fail ourselves, right? That we fail in our practice, um, then it's up to us to find the opposite, to find the reverse, to find the kind of like um, the kind of you can't have light without darkness. You can't have darkness without light, right? You have to have one in order to be able to see the other. So if we can see the things that are the ways that we're failing in our practice, then we can also see the ways that we are succeeding in our practice. And so if we have a list of ways that we're succeeding in our practice, hey, great, right? Because those are things that we can take and we can use as a springboard, as a way of working through working in our practice to become better human beings, to become maybe just a little bit more purified, maybe just a little bit more enlightened, maybe just a little bit better in general, right? And so we're going to go through these, and then uh, we're going to go through them. And if you guys have any for any of them, do feel free. Like I said, as soon as I post as soon as I post these after the live stream is finished, do feel free to let me know which ones you guys think we can throw another word at, right? Throw the opposite of, and start doing that instead. All right, so let's start. And I will ring the bell one time for each of these, as is tradition. So I'll move the bell over here quick. So, egoism, ignorance, greed, hatred, wrath, quarrelsomeness, enviousness, imposture, obstinacy, envy, deceit, irresponsibility, lechery, insidiousness, intolerance, excessiveness, vanity, abuse, hurtfulness, mendacity, falseness, sarcasm, manipulation, cruelty, pretense, hypocrisy, contempt, inattentiveness, being a know-it-all, torment, blasphemy. How that works, I don't know. Deviousness, negativity, stubbornness, shamelessness, sadism, effrontery, derision, garrulity, ridicule, arrogance, unfriendliness, hostility, anger, discord, high-handedness, unyieldingness, malignancy, humiliation, callousness, discontent, imperiousness, stinginess, insatiability, greed for money, ambition, calculation, jealousy, censoriousness, oppression, headiness, pessimism, conceit, ostentatiousness, voluptuousness, gluttony, sexual addiction, lust for domination, obsession, capriciousness, lust for power, dipsomania, tyranny, intransigence, aggression, mercilessness, rapacity, presumption, that'll be all the time, hard-heartedness, rage, self-hatred, dogmatism, violent temper, masochism, violence, haughtiness, belittlement, baseness, deception, disrespect. We're almost through this. Desire for fame, disrespectfulness, gambling, prodigality, seduction, faithlessness, vindictiveness, cursing, indifference, self-denial, lack of comprehension, dissatisfaction, pride, prejudice, we just read Jane Austen novel, impudence, grudge, or holding grudges, delusion, and the biggest one of all, ingratitude. So those are the 108 ways which we fail ourselves every year, in which we do not practice what we should be practicing, or we practice things that we should not be practicing. And honestly, I think, so I was really trying to have this as a conversation, right? I was really trying to bring you guys in and say, okay, let's get some of these. If you have a word that is kind of the opposite of those, of whatever it is, right? Put it in the comments. By all means, still do that. But I think I'm actually just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna go ahead and close this out with a little bit of more chanting and a kind of a reminder: celebrate responsibly, celebrate appropriately, and as we bring in this new year, right? Let's try not to do any of the things that I just listed, and let's try to do exactly the opposite, so that instead of failing in our practice, right? Instead of doing things which are going to help us to stumble, we can go about our practice with a firm footing, and we can succeed in our practice. We can achieve what were the aims of the practice. So let's do that this year instead of doing the things that we normally would, which are definitely going to be, which are definitely going to bring, some of these things are definitely going to bring us all manner of unpleasant consequences and unpleasant results. Let's try to do stuff that's going to bring pleasant results, that's going to bring good, wholesome results instead. But hey, we got a new year. We got a new opportunity. We have a new day. We have a new opportunity. We have a new moment. We have a new opportunity. We always have a new opportunity to keep doing this, to keep going, to keep practicing, to keep doing everything that we can to utilize this rare human life to the best possible ability that we can. So let's go up and do that. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and close this out in chanting, and then the 3 vows, and then we will, and then I will post the list. All right. So let me scoot back quick. sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, dhammam saranam gacchami, sangham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami, dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Tatyampi buddham saranam gacchami, tatyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, tatyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Adipata brahmani skaparam samadhyami, Adinnadana brahmani skaparam samadhyami, Kamesu vichachara brahmani skaparam samadhyami, Musavana brahmani skaparam samadhyami, Suramena manya kamanattana brahmani skaparam samadhyami. Okay. So, as always, once again, Dharma Boots, do feel free to post in the comments any opposites of the 108 that I will post. Do feel free to kind of like show me what the opposite of that would look like, and how you're maybe even add in something about how you're going to practice that. I know some years I bring out the vow cards, right? This year I got to do this, and this. Some years I don't. Maybe that's a thing for you. Maybe it's not. If so, by all means, do feel free to do that as well. And in the meantime, I know that this was probably a bad time, so I will thank you for watching whenever you do end up seeing this. In the meantime, as always, Dharma Boots, thank you, and we'll see you guys next time.